I've just been told that I might be missing out on something. Happy Finance Friday everyone, I'm Tom and this is Tom's Funny Magic. Today I'm going to be talking about what you might be missing out on when you choose something. Opportunity cost is the concept where by choosing to do one thing, you are missing out on the benefits of something else. Although it has cost in the name, it's not fully referring to finance. Opportunity cost represents the next best alternative that you would have to miss out on when you're choosing one thing over another. So the opportunity cost for reading for an hour is doing something else for that hour. For example, catching up on homework. You would work out if an option is worth it by comparing the opportunity cost with the things that you would lose if you didn't choose that option. So let's create a list of a few things that you would want to do if you had an hour of free time where you weren't expected anywhere, you didn't have to do anything. So we'll order the list from the most wanted down to the least wanted. So first up would be to watch my videos, Tom's Funny Magic videos. Next up, maybe play video games, then finish homework. After that might be going to the swimming pool to swim because it's a hot day. And finally, you might want to do some sports practice because you have a game the next day. So with this list, we can figure out what the opportunity cost would be for choosing one thing over another. So if you choose to watch my videos, then you would be missing out on playing video games for that hour. And if you chose to play the video games, then you'd be missing out on catching up on homework. And the pattern continues after that. So what is referred to as opportunity cost is the comparison between what you do and the best next choice that you could have chosen. How this might apply in a more financial setting would be if you're trying to buy a new phone. So you would go for maybe the most expensive model just to get all the features, but then you realize that you're missing out on saving a couple $100 just by getting a slightly smaller model. You would see this cycle repeat and you would get to a point where you actually have to compare what money you're saving with what features you're sacrificing. Are you willing to have worse cameras or less battery life just that you could save $100? When looking at the stock market, you would only be able to calculate the real opportunity cost after you've made the decision and had to live with it for a while. So after a year, you may work out that the real growth of the shares of the company that you bought in was only 12%, whether another company that you looked at grew 17%. So the opportunity cost of this choice would have been losing out on that extra 5% of growth. And the thing is, it's a hard time to work this out beforehand, because leading up to that year, the first company was in the tech sector, and they were estimated 15% of growth for that year. But a shortage in lithium batteries meant that they underperformed, and they only achieved the 12%, as I said before. Whether the other company only had an estimate of 10% of growth for that year, but they were in the home furniture business, and during lockdown, everyone wanted to make their home offices or just make their houses look better, and their sales were higher, so they got more growth. And if you didn't quite catch that all, then at the start of the year, you would choose the company that you believed would have the most growth based on the past data. But the results are different because there were events that you just couldn't have fully anticipated. Businesses also rely on opportunity costs to run their business. So their to-don't list is actually just as important as their to-do list. Businesses only have a limited amount of time per day or week, and they only have a limited amount of people working there for that time. So as well as limited equipment, it means that the avenues that they choose to pursue really matter. Choosing one option over another is really important due to the time that it might save or the profit that it might increase. Businesses are constantly calculating and applying the insights that opportunity cost gives them so that they can run in the most efficient way possible, both in terms of their time and in terms of profit. So, to summarize, opportunity cost represents the best alternative of something that you would have to miss out on, or the comparison between what you chose and the next next best thing that you could have chosen. It doesn't only refer to financial choices. For example, it also counts between choices that you're making of what you're going to do with your time. You would work out if an option is worth it by comparing the opportunity cost and benefits of that option. Looking at opportunity cost before the act of choosing may give you a different answer to if you were to calculate the opportunity cost after the choice. And the last one was businesses rely on opportunity cost to be able to work in the most efficient way possible. Remember that in a business, their to-don't list is just as important as their to-do list. That's all for me today. Please hit the like button down below and subscribe for more content. Feel free to check out my website and other videos if you want to learn more about finance. See ya!